points for me.
Oh, me.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for joining us. We have in the studio a fun guy, Jay Scribner, pastor of Eagle Heights Baptist Church. Welcome to the show.
Great to be with you. Thank you so much.
Great that you're here. I'm halfway into anticipating some little ribbon going on. I don't know.
Really?
I'm not sure about you.
From me? Really?
From you, yeah. You're one of those guys that you come up with your hand extended and you're smiling, and then all of a sudden you say something wisecracky.
I can't imagine me doing that, Dan. By the way, I missed you Sunday.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
And the Sunday before.
Let me tell you the story about Jay. I told him that I had been here for quite a while, and no one has ever asked me to go to church. No pastor has ever asked me to go to church before.
Shame on
and
me.
we used to produce weekly shows with Jonathan Cresswell, and he would bring in pastors every week, and none of them would ask me to. I mean, well, which is fine, you know. Maybe I would look like the guy that didn't need to be asked to go to church. But I mentioned that to Jay, and every time I see this joker. He's always saying, you know, your reserved seat up front is once again went vacant. So,
and of course, all the invitations that I've extended to you, I found out, and it really doesn't matter anyway.
Exactly.
You know, he doesn't show up.
I'll make it there one of these days.
I'll tell you what, the month of October would be just the
time.
That's a good
segue. He said last year when he was on the show.
Last year. Listen to this deal.
Yeah. So we're talking about the month of, what was it?
We're calling it month of harvest.
Harvest.
Here's what we're doing. A lot of churches have revivals, and basically, the bottom line is that's really what this is. Except we're stretching it out the entire month of October on Sundays.
Okay.
So October 7, October 14, October 21, October 28, bringing in some amazing speakers for those four Sundays. So you don't have to put up with the jokester. You can actually hear the real deal.
The real deal. Okay.
That's right. And wonderful music with each of those. So let me run down the deal.
Go ahead. Yeah.
October 7, we're actually bringing Tommy Turner back in. He, of course, was pastor at Eagle Heights for 15 years, did a wonderful job. People really love it. And he's going to be there October 7, along with Tommy Turner, and he now is pastoring First Baptist Church of Paris, Texas, doing a great job down there. We have doing music with him, Josh and Sarah Keck. Now, we have just now brought Josh on our staff working with our youth.
Oh, okay.
As an associate. And Sarah, wow. To say that she can sing would be like saying Dan and Ann they sort of get along together, you know. Man, I mean, you guys you blend together so amazingly. Sarah and Josh, too. Josh has a wonderful voice, and they do a great job of worship leadership. But you got to hear Sarah sing. And October 14, Alan Buchanek. Alan is an evangelist, actually travels throughout the world. And older evangelist got an amazing testimony. When he was about 21, 22 years of age, he was in Pasadena, Texas. And he drove one night into what he thought was just a low-lying cloud. Happened to be fumes that had spilled out of the oil refinery there. And when his car drove into that, it created just a massive fireball.
Wow.
And he ended up being burned over 70% of his body, face burned off, ears, nose burned off. The only thing he knew to do was to get out of the car and roll in some water, which was in a ditch, and so ended up being an amazing, lengthy process. He obviously did live through it, and then the restoration that God brought about to him. But through that was when Alan came to know Jesus Christ as his personal Savior. So he'll be sharing that story as well as preaching as well. And Brian Taylor, who is just now brand new on our staff also, doing family ministry. He's going to be doing the music with Alan Buchanek. And so he does a tremendous job. The third weekend, Brad Bennett from the Springfield, Missouri area. Brad is with Real Encounter Ministries, and he and his team do BMX motorcycle stunt riding. This guy's a professional, staggering. I've never had a death wish, Dan, to be honest with you. But this guy does an amazing job. He's going to be doing that at our church. And so,
inside the sanctuary?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, we'll be going to the Family Life Center probably for that. And then that evening, we'll convert our north parking lot into a BMX course, and their team will be out there doing that. And so, going to be tremendous. We actually have Brad and his team at Bergman High School, at Valley High School, and Harrison Junior High and Harrison High on the Thursday and Friday of that week. So the 18th and 19th. He and his team will be at those four schools.
Oh, good.
And then they'll culminate that whole weekend at our church. Then on the 28th, let me see, Shad Clarkson from Branson, an amazing youth singer, and he and a portion of his band will be with us on the weekend with Brad Bennett.
Okay.
Then October 28th, Dr. Sonny Tucker from Little Rock, and he's the head of the evangelism department of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention. Travels throughout the United States, crisscrosses the United States and the world, and just shares the story of hope through Jesus Christ. You know, Dan, I've discovered and Ann that that's what people are looking for today. They really are. It doesn't matter if you're in Harrison, Arkansas. It doesn't matter if you're in a small community. It doesn't matter if you're in another country. I've been in 20-some different countries, and I've found that people are looking for the same thing. They're looking for hope that lasts. And you know, if you pick up the newspaper today or see the evening news, the world is becoming more and more hopeless. But I've discovered through Jesus Christ that a person can have hope that lasts. That's what the month of harvest is all about.
Where do you think that hope comes from? Why is it innate in everyone? Is it
You mean the
pre-programmed?
desire for that?
Yeah. Is it pre-programmed? Is it? Where does that come from?
You know, the reality is we're all spiritual beings. We really are. We were made that way. I think
Even people that don't believe that.
You bet. I think it was Billy Graham that said years and years ago that there's a and you can discuss or debate the theological implications of this, but the practical implications, he said there's within us a God-shaped void, and the only thing that's going to fill that up is God. And you know, you can go back to 911 for 48 hours or the next week after 911. The entire United States was rallying together with a unified spiritual focus. But the fact of the matter is, we need to make sure that our spiritual focus is being met by the one true God, who is Jehovah God of the Bible. People all throughout the world are looking for that eternal relationship that can only come through Jesus Christ. I'm not sure that you and I have, we've touched about that. I think that's going to be our next visit at the restaurant. I'm buying, so we can really zero in. You can bring Ann if you want to. She may not want to be seen out in public with two of us.
Probably not.
I mean, she's a good judge of character, so she probably wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to ask more. Is this during the morning service or is it in the evening?
I appreciate you asking. We have an 8 o'clock service on Sunday morning and a 10:30 service on Sunday morning and a 6 o'clock service Sunday evening, and we're filling up all of those slots with these special guests.
So they will three opportunities.
Yeah. 3 opportunities each Sunday.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Jay, we appreciate you coming by. It's always a pleasure.
Come.
And keep that seat warm for me.
I've got it.
I don't know what date I'll show up, but one of these dates I may.
Well, perfect
Well.
time starts there in October.
There you go. Pick one of those Sundays in October.
Okay.
Which one? Which one really sounds good, Dan?
He's
You're going to pinpoint you.
He's going to pressure me into. We'll talk about it off the air.
Promise.
Maybe.
Oh, me.
You make a good Baptist, Dan.
There you go.
Yeah, hard
There
to pin you down.
There you go. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to be
Thanks,
right
Aaron.
back to introduce the segment that my son Ian did with Warren McCullough. Stay with us.